as us being fathers, I think it's right for us to say and right for us to know when we are disappointed. And right now, I am very, very disappointed. Welcome back to the More Than Cartoon podcast. I am here with my co-host, Will, and this is going to be a very interesting podcast. One I've been actually holding off for about 3 weeks. I want to say 3 weeks now from not really trying to dive too deep into it. I've gotten to the point where I just keep on finding more and more, and my cup's full. I'm about to burst with this, and I don't want to crash out. I want to come at this with a neutral territory. But before we get into this, we have some news, some little controversy, some that could be what is the state of anime going to happen from now on. Meaning by talking about that is where we're talking about Gachikuda. Recently, what has been going with Gachakuda is insane. I've actually really been enjoying it. I don't know. Have you caught up to it recently?
I think I watched the most recent episode, and I always
Okay.
forget like what day episodes of stuff come out because there's so many things that I'm watching. But
Same.
I'm pretty sure I'm caught up and have watched the most recent one with the Amo chick where Rudo reveals that his hands are rated E for everyone. Rudo's all about that equal opportunity, right? He doesn't discriminate. You know, he doesn't care if you're a man, woman, child. He'll beat the living dog water off of you if he thinks you deserve it.
He beat the brakes off her, but I'll be honest, I haven't seen that episode, but I've seen everything about it. I've seen the clip, I've seen all that. That's the one episode I haven't caught up. I've been so caught up on everything on that, except for that one, because you're so right. My first actual season going into it, watching anime as it's releasing, I got way behind. I got distracted last weekend, and so I wasn't able to watch it.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely going to catch up now because what I saw.
Well, it's reportedly the most, like I was reading stuff today saying that it was the most watched anime on Crunchyroll, like the Crunchyroll streaming platform, all summer. And so it released in the summer, right? So meaning for Crunchyroll, it was the most popular summer release. And I'm not surprised.
Really?
Or not the most viewed summer release.
Okay.
And I'm personally not surprised because it's the one that like I'm constantly looking forward to the next one coming out. There was a bunch I was excited about. Togenonki started going like not in a bad place, but it just
I didn't think it was going to hold up.
Yeah, it just started not holding up. Water Magician got into a lag that I just need to push through a couple episodes probably to get past that lag.
You're saying it was actually good at one point?
Oh, I was enjoying it thoroughly. And then it kind of
I remember when you told me, you said it was just like it was, you knew what was going to happen. It was very generic.
Yeah,
but it was something you still enjoyed, though.
Just enjoyable, right? The summer Hikaru died, fantastic, super deep. I was kind of letting that sit on the back burner until one day I just want to sit and watch like 3 hours of really heavy crap. And then deal with it.
I couldn't get past the episode 2. Like when I saw the hit, I can't.
But Gachakuda is the one that, for me personally, was constantly excited about as soon as the newest episode comes out. And I think it makes sense that it's the most viewed anime on Crunchyroll for the summer because it's it's a shonen, which shonen is very, very popular. Shonen appeals to a lot of people, right? The animation and the art form is beautiful, looks really
so good,
very unique too, right? And one of the reasons that like I think I like it so much is that it's the mangaka is the assistant, and I can't think of his name, but the assistant of the mangaka and creator of Fire Force and Soul Eater. So she is his protege, and you can kind of see some of his influence on things like Rudo's smile and a few things here that not to make it feel like his work, but you can see a little bit of his influence in the way some things are drawn, which I think is pretty
maybe
cool.
You saw her influence in Fire Force then.
I mean, that's entirely possible,
because her art style, I'm obsessed with it, dude. It is so good. It's edgy, it's punk. It reminds me of like the early 2000s. I'm just like, not with it for anime, I'm just talking about like when I was a kid, going through that era. It feels awesome, very nostalgic, but at the same time, anyone can approach this anime. Very good. What really surprises me about that, though, is that this is a 24 episode anime.
I think are we 12 episodes in? Or
I think 11? It's like 13 or something. But that's crazy because most of the summer anime is done now. They just finished up. They just wrapped up. We're just getting started with Gachikuda, and it's still the number one.
It's still ramping.
It's very surprised because Toku's Original Sin, honestly, I think was the best that came out of this summer season with the story-wise. But Gachakuda has surprised me more than I was expecting to, not only with their art style that we mentioned, not only with their storytelling, because I'll admit the first episode, really the revenge wasn't really getting me hooked on it. I still enjoyed it.
I agree.
It wasn't getting me there.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
kind of generic, but I really want to see where this goes.
Yeah. But then everything that the representation that they're doing to the African American community with the dub voice actors, just the dub voice acting alone, how the
Well, they
story is
make the
going,
boss of the entire cleaner corps,
right?
he's black.
He's
And so
insane,
supposedly the most I mean, you would think the boss
dude.
is the most powerful guy, right? So I mean, I thought that was
Supposedly,
cool, you know, like
yes. But
supposedly.
what I really do like about this, and it's actually surprising because what we started talking about this was the fight, right?
Mhm.
The backlash that they're actually getting of what I've seen. I've not seen a lot of people actually praising or at least enjoying this. I've seen a lot of backlash to this, which is very surprising to me. You'd think, and we're in a state, an era, especially in anime that I've seen, is more of like equality. They're trying to go for. They're tired of the cliche male protagonist, even though this is a shonen anime, which means there's going to be a teen male lead.
Mhm.
Him right there, he doesn't care who you are.
Yeah.
You get in his way, that's it.
Yeah.
And I feel like people were like, "Oh, he didn't need to do this. He didn't do that." I'm like, I haven't seen it, so I can't really say. But
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought
I mean, I
we
can
were
break it down.
advocating for this. Break it down. Tell me.
Yeah,
Explain it to me.
I can break. So basically, slight spoilers, okay? For it's not
That's
like
fine.
any massive plot spoilers, but
Right.
what happens in these couple episodes. And there, it's 2 episodes, well, 3 episodes because Amo appears at the end of one episode, but it's really 2 episodes that involve her. So Rudo becomes a full cleaner. And he and Injin and a bunch of the other cleaners, they go on a mission to look and investigate this reports of this person who lives out in the wastes that has claimed to see people that can go up to the sphere and back, like that
Right.
or she's witnessed them coming down or going or something. She's witnessed something and they want to know more about that, right? But she
Yeah.
lives in the wastes and that's all they know. So they go to look for her and they find this chick Amo who's clearly crazy. She's a giver and she can walk around without the masks. Like, you know, people, they have to wear the masks in
The
like the
breathing,
wasteland
yeah.
area to
Yeah.
not get poisoned. She can walk around without the mask. And she's wearing like a trench coat and like white panties and a bra. And that's all she's wearing. And so like she
Right.
invites them to come into her tower and they go into this tall tower and they're in there and come to find out she is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, knuckin' futs 100%. This chick is
Okay.
right. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
cray, like crazy eyes, cray.
All the way up
And
there. Red
she
flags,
wants,
everything.
yeah, all the red flags, bro.
All right.
And what she wants to talk to them like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, you know, you're coming to visit me, like I want to talk. And she just wants to, like, in her crazy headspace, wants to talk and just like make friends and enjoy and talk about relationships and like who do you think's cute. Very, very out of the norm for this dystopian wasteland, right? Like,
Especially for being a bad guy too.
yeah, well, they don't think she's a bad guy. She just lives
Yeah.
out there. She's the person that they think, you know, has the testimony of seeing people who can
Oh,
go
okay.
up and down.
Okay.
They
So
don't
they don't
think
know her
she's a
secret
bat.
yet.
Yeah, they just think she's some crazy bat
Oh.
lady that's living out in the wasteland by herself.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
she starts trying to ask them all these questions and be silly and playful. And the cleaners are like, yo, we came here to talk to you about this. Like, we don't care about that. And
Focus. Come on.
she gets mad. She's like, gets disrespected. And she's like, oh, you just want to use me and take stuff from me. And so long story short, she flips a switch and like uses her giver ability, which is boots that have the same symbol on them that Rudo's gloves have on them. And
It's a series.
yeah, there's a set.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
a
yeah.
set because
That's
there's
probably
a
a whole
flash.
get up, dude.
There's a flash to the main leader of the, what are they? The bad guys, the bandits, the bandit givers, whatever they're called.
I can't remember.
And he
Yeah.
has on like a jacket or a backpack or something with the
Mhm.
symbol on his back. So
Mhm.
there's a set of them. And so it's like a full set. And so anyways, this chick gets mad and like uses her giver ability and it's some type of a scent. And like she can essentially put people in hallucinations that breathe in her, this scent that she puts off. And these hallucinations that they go into, it puts them in a moment of their life where they're
Wow.
like protecting somebody that they love dearly that's died or that's gone or something like that. And this hallucination makes it to where they think she's that person and everybody else are the people that have killed her or killed them or whatever. So Rudo sees that girl that he really likes. One of the other givers sees his wife. These other givers, they see people. And so basically she turns them against them. And there's this whole battle that goes on. And like she almost kills a lot of them and all this crazy bad stuff happens.
Wow.
And without explaining how they get out of it, so I don't spoil everything, They get out of it, and that like she's kind of calmed down a little bit because like they've subdued her, and so she's like calm because she has to be. And so Rudo comes out of it and just like takes his mask off and just goes up to her and just starts beating the brakes off of her, dude. Just
Dang.
beating the ever living daylights out of her for like putting him through that.
Was it
And then,
justified?
well, for putting him through that and then almost killing all of his friends.
Yeah.
And then also, like, the way I look at it, if she's unconscious, she can't use her ability.
Oh God. Well, okay.
But
I mean, you're not wrong. But
so that's what happened. And so here's so all of that to tee up to say, like, was it appropriate or was it not appropriate? I think you have to look at the context, right? So like, I'm gonna be super open and transparent, right? So like, everybody has a line, right? So like, if you're trying to protect somebody, or somebody's like trying to hurt you or hurt your friends, or you know, in this context, she was trying to kill their friends or his friends, but they needed her for information. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Like, it doesn't, you cross certain lines and it doesn't matter. And I think that's kind of what happened with Rudo. Like, he's like, a line was crossed. And you also have to understand they're in a dystopian world, right? It's not normal society, polite society like we have, right? It's like the strongest survive, and that's how it is. So it's not the perfect answer. Was it right or was it not? I think you have to look at the context of the entire situation, and
also realize that this is an anime and this is a fiction. So
and rather than saying was he right doing that, say in the context of this world that he lives in the situation that he lives in, is it understandable why he did that? Right. So I think it's understandable. Like, did he pop off and get mad? Yeah. And maybe go a little too far? Probably. But like, she almost killed a bunch of his friends and made him relive a traumatic event.
I definitely need to get caught up on the episode because that has me very intrigued about it. And also, like I said, we just got like halfway through this. We still got a lot more to go. So this show has definitely surprised me, because what I heard from the first episode when it was being aired at, I can't remember which expo it was, but it was aired and I didn't really hear a good response to it. So I wasn't expecting much going to this. I thought I was going to do pretty decent.
Yeah.
And I've just been very surprised about how this show has just not disappointed me at all. It really hasn't.
It's getting better and better. Like, it's really, really the world building.
It's growing. It's marinating.
Basic, but the fighting system, the the power scale or the power system or the magic mechanic, whatever you want to call it. It's a unique magical like power system that's really cool, and it's different, right? And it's not, you don't normally see something where people have vital instruments. It's like an instrument that they are attached to and they've cared for, and it's like something very special to them. And then that combined with them having this special power allows them to imbue power into this thing that is very special to them. That's unique and cool. I think it's very cool. And then you have all these givers that can do different things and how their powers manifest differently. And then obviously there's bad guys. And then what's the dynamic between the spheres and the spherites and the world? Like, you think that the sphere is the real world, but you really like the sphere is just like a floating city. And the real world
is below them.
Yeah, the real world is where they are. And it's very interesting. And I'm a huge fan of dystopian stuff too. I love dystopian stories.
I think what I like about this anime is that there is an end goal. And that's like, where it most likely is going to stop. And I like when you have like, okay, this is what we're fighting for. Like, same thing with Attack on Titan, whether you like the ending or not, we always bring about this. But you knew there was an end goal to all this. Once we did this, we understood. So I think with this and how they get to that end goal is definitely something I'm here for the ride for. I'm really excited about. The thing I'm not excited about though is all these live actions that keep on getting announced.
Like, so many.
What is the deal with this?
We talked about this a couple weeks ago when we saw the My Hero Academia one, right?
It's not a good idea. It just doesn't work.
I really, I don't get it. Like, it makes it difficult for me to even verbally express my complete astonishment at like how much wasted resources are going into these, but so many people want to do the right one. Like, so we talked about My Hero Academia. Don't see how that can be successful, right?
No, that's just too much to do with it.
One, announced Demon Slayer. Like, Netflix is putting more budget into it, like literally trying to ride the wave from.
That one makes sense, and I feel like they could, do that
They-
one.
they
I
would
can see
have
that
to
one more
adapt
over,
it,
over
yeah.
My Hero, but at the same time, stay away from it.
They would have to adapt it really, really well.
Mhm.
But like a Demon
Well,
Slayer live action, I don't know how that's gonna work well. Let me rattle off a few, and we can
you know,
kind
go
of
ahead.
dive a little
I'm
bit
thinking.
deeper into all of them.
I'm
So
processing.
we got
Yes,
Demon Slayer. We've got Blue Lock just announced a live action adaptation,
that's
which
fine.
okay, sports, okay, cool. Like I don't know how
Yeah.
they're gonna show some of the egoist thingies, but like, all right, whatever. Blue Lock, solo leveling. Don't know how they're gonna do that. That
Mm-mm.
doesn't make any friggin' sense to me.
Nope.
And then Sakamoto Days, which out of all of the newer, I might be forgetting about some, but out of all of them, I think Sakamoto Days probably has the best shot because it's not like really fantastical. It's
Okay.
like Hitman, right? And they came out with a trailer, a live action trailer that like
Really?
it looks pretty good. The live action trailer looks pretty good.
So
Like,
like
I'm
that
like,
stuff that you
okay.
posted, that was real. I thought you were just
Yeah.
making a bit.
No,
I
that
thought
was
you were
real.
joking.
No,
that was
there's
real.
there's a real live action trailer that's been made. And I saw that and I'm like, okay, out of all the live actions they've announced, because Sakamoto Days is about a hitman and it's not about a bunch of magic and demons and superpowers and stuff, this one they could do this one right. It could be done well, right?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
all these other ones, dude, it's like,
So
yeah, it's wild.
if I'm being honest, I think the one that could probably do the best out of all of those is more Blue Lock, in my opinion. I think a soccer or sports based anime is easier to do. I think you can pull it off better than I would say Sakamoto Days. Some of the stuff with Sakamoto Days I feel like is too far out there. And I think also a little bit risky too. But I think it could, don't get me wrong, I think it still could perform better than the other two you listed. Solo leveling? No. It's going to be heavy on CGI.
Yeah.
My Hero Academia, CGI. Demon Slayer, potentially. But then while you were saying that, it made me think, because we had the conversation back this a while ago. How are they going to do Nezuko when she goes older? It means you have to have someone who looks almost exactly like her on standby.
Like,
or
it's
are they going to go with the teenager effect, or are they going to make them look older?
Yeah.
How are they going to do the
Another great
age?
question, because a lot of, like in My Hero Academia, most of the cast or most of the characters are like 14, 15. Same thing with Demon Slayer. Tanjiro's 15 when it starts, and he's now like 18 in Infinity Castle. He's around 18. So these characters are kids, and like, how do you do that properly, right? And here's another interesting thing to think about, and it kind of brings in the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle stuff to the topic. You saw Infinity Castle had a budget of $20 million, and it just surpassed Superman in earnings, right? Just beat Superman. So it's made over 600 million. Here's the interesting thing, and here's what I'm getting at. Superman's budget was $253 million. $253 million. Demon Slayer's was 20 million. So what they were able, even Superman wasn't like some top tier, next level, mind blowing, like, oh my gosh, this is one of the coolest live actions ever.
But was perceived very well.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't perceived bad, but I'm saying it wasn't like,
top tier.
It wasn't like groundbreaking, right? It wasn't groundbreaking. Where Demon Slayer Infinity Castle was groundbreaking, right?
Say it.
So Demon Slayer Infinity Castle had $580 million profit margin. Superman had $350 million profit margin. And here's what's interesting.
Yeah, debatable on that one though.
Make a live action My Hero Academia with you, like, you're not going to have a $200 million budget for that. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to? You can do
I get what you're saying. Like you had a $200 million budget, and to make it understand, like to wrap it up, what you're saying is you were $200 million budget,
right?
And you made Superman, and it was only made, say, if I'm being honest, I think it didn't make as much as you're claiming it is, because you think about also that was just to make a movie.
Gross.
You have advertising,
we're just
paying the actors, everything else like that.
We're just talking gross revenue.
So I'm thinking that right there alone. But if you take same thing with Demon Slayer, it probably it only cost $20 million to make Demon Slayer, but made over $620 million right now, probably as it is. Imagine that. So you made $600 million off of that. Gross. Now advertising, all who knows? But the funny thing about that though is, what Will's saying is, how are you going to do that with live action? If you can do that with animation, lower budget, more profit margin, why would you go live action? That doesn't make sense at all. That seems like very, very such a bad investment, actually.
Because they're not going to put that much money into a My Hero Academia live action. Even One Piece, I think One Piece season 1 was it $180 million budget for season 1 of One Piece, and that was
Wow.
the One Piece live action, and that's like was unheard of amounts of
Does
money.
it look like $180 million budget to you?
We don't even really have anything like actual shots of stuff. Like it's just
It's
rumors of like it's coming and rumors of who the cast is, right? And
yeah.
so it's very
Mm,
it makes me scratch my head and be like, why are we doing this?
right.
I would rather
So
them put the resources into making a badass standalone My Hero Academia theatrical release, like anime. Like bring me a new My Hero story and bring me something cool. You know what I mean?
vigilantes though. Vigilantes suck.
No. I mean like an actual My Hero Academia, because you can take
Mhm.
and write a new like one. You know what an OVA is, right? An
Yeah.
OVA is
Yeah.
like it's like a one shot movie that's
Mhm.
like not necessarily canon to the overlying
Mhm.
storyline, but it
Mhm.
fits like somewhere in the story. You're like, oh, this is happening at this point in time, and it's just like its
Right.
own little side story type of thing. I'd rather have
Mhm.
one of those that's awesome than a failed live action adaptation that who knows what's going to happen to it.
I think it's just a bad investment. I think it doesn't take much knowledge. If you just look at the profit margin right there, why would you invest in something like this? It's very risky. The only way I can actually save this, and when I talk about age, how are they going to do age with My Hero? How are they going to do age
Mhm.
with freaking Demon Slayer? When I was younger, you're looking at, say Twilight, right?
Yeah.
You thought they were teenagers potentially, but they're full on adults. So I mean, it's just who's presented there. I can understand that. But then another way to save it too is that I mean, I like watching a lot of K dramas. Love K dramas. One of my favorite ones recently came out was Weak Hero. That's based off of manhwa.
Okay.
And I think they did a pretty good job. Everyone who has read the manhwa, I haven't read the manhwa though. Everyone who has read the manhwa said they did pretty good for the first season. I think the second season they said they either altered the story a little bit or it's the third season because the first and second season are really good. Really enjoyed them, but they're doing a third season. I think they said for the third season that doesn't go with the manga, or
Hmm.
they've not caught up with the manga, so they don't know what they're gonna do.
They kind of are they're going to pull a Game of Thrones and just kind of do their own thing.
Yeah, they're just gonna wing it. You know how that goes.
But
So
I'm gonna crash out for a second. By the way,
yeah,
George
go
R. R.
ahead.
Martin, you
Oh, oh
old
gosh.
so and so,
Will,
can you
Will.
write the last book, please, sir? My God, write the daggum book. Okay, I'm
So
done.
another one, Alice in Borderlands. I was actually talking about this with a coworker this week. Alice in Borderlands,
We got
love it. I
season
have
3
I have the
greenlit,
manga.
right?
It just
Yeah.
no, it just came out. It
Oh,
just
it just
came
came out.
out.
Okay.
So we haven't started it. Season 1, really loved.
I need to
Almost
finish
near
season
perfection.
1.
Loved it.
Very, very good.
Season 2 was a little bit of a letdown. Kind of,
Yeah.
kind of a letdown, but at the same time, still really, really good. Don't get me wrong. Like when you have a 10 out of 10 almost season for me for the first season, loved it. And you have probably, I'd say maybe 7.5, almost
Yeah.
8. Still a good season.
Yeah.
I'd watch it. Has me ready for season 3. What I think they said was season 3 is when they're going again off the manga.
Okay.
So
Weird.
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Me and my wife are both excited. We're going to sit down and watch it hopefully soon, see how it goes. Not looking too forward to it, but at the same time, I hope they do well with it.
Yeah.
That has me thinking though. I mean, they have shown that there's shows out there that I don't realize. Because when I was watching Alice in Borderlands the first time, I was like, this feels like it'd be a
Mhm,
great
mhm.
anime. I looked it up. It
It
has a
yeah,
manga.
yeah.
And it was an anime too. And then when you watch, Week Hero, I was like, man, this is a great story. I found out it's a manhwa. So there are ones out there
Yeah.
that have been done well, but they stayed in their lane.
Yeah. I
Now,
think you have to pick the right type of story. You have to
you
pick
gotta stay
the
off of
right
CGI.
story. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to pick the right story that will adapt well. There's a
Mhm.
lot of stuff out there that's popular. Like, so for instance, if somebody wanted to do, if I'm not mistaken, there is a Tokyo Revengers live action. I could be wrong, but
But I think it's a Korean
yeah.
one.
So, but if somebody like thinking of anime that's really, really, really popular. So here's 2 great ones, right? Completely different genres. Tokyo Revengers, Vinland Saga. Okay. They're
Mhm.
both very realistic in the sense that like you can portray what's going on
Both
realistically.
live actionable.
Yeah. Yeah. Both of those are incredibly popular anime that
Mhm.
with a decent budget and the right people, you could
Mhm.
turn those stories into a live action really, really, really well and
Mhm.
make it like I would be down to watch those to check it out. And I'm not a huge
Yeah.
fan of either anime, but I would check it out. Like you,
Yeah.
and so like I don't understand this wanting to just turn everything that's like super popular right now into a live action. even if it maybe isn't the best candidate for a live action. We got Solo Leveling. There's no way you can do a live action Solo Leveling well. There's no way you're going to be able to do a Demon Slayer and a My Hero Academia Solo Leveling well, or a My Hero Academia live action well. Maybe you could pull off Sakamoto Days. Maybe you could pull off Blue Lock, but then you have things like Tokyo Revengers and like Vinland Saga and so many other things that you could do really, really well. And they would be hits because those anime are so freaking popular and nobody's like looking at them. Like nobody's doing those. I just don't get it. It's like just following the hype wave is what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
They're just following where the money is. That's it. It's insane because they know they'll make money. They'll make profit. Not much though, but they will make profit. And so, because I mean, Yu Yu Hakusho, and they did a live action of that, right? Did they make profit? Probably, but there was anticipation. There was hype behind it. Everyone was like, "Well, is it going to work? Is it going to work?" And maybe it's just something that people might get subscriptions. Maybe something where people will. I don't know. That's really tough because I'm I don't want to segue into another topic, but this is something I've also been thinking about too, and something that me and you talked a little bit about earlier this week. But I'm not going to go into full detail about it. But what I do want to talk about is the scare I'm having with these streaming platforms, specifically Crunchyroll. Now I've dogged on them a lot of times, but this comes from like a sincere place, and all respect to Crunchyroll, and I understand why they would do this, but everyone knows what happened to Netflix. Everyone know what happened when all these streaming services came. They wanted to cut cable, right? They want to cut cable. I believe when Netflix first came out, it was about $6.99 or $5.99 per subscription.
I think it was under $10 a month for sure for like the DVD send-ins of Netflix. That's on Netflix started.
And then it started doing like the online stuff, and then they double price. And then the one thing I thought was funny, because this right here is what I thought was amazing by Crunchyroll. But then once I put two and two together, it's very, very thin line you're riding right here, Crunchyroll now. Very thin line. I want them to do the right thing, and please stay true to this. Please, Crunchyroll. If you do, this is like the best thing I can say about you, okay? Netflix, back in 2017, I believe, they had a tweet. They tweeted out saying, sharing passwords is love or something like that. Sharing is caring, all that. They were for people sharing passwords. They were for like, we know people are sharing your passwords. We know you want to have multiple accounts. What do they do now? They realize that they're losing money. They're not coming out with good shows. They want to make more terrible shows and like that. They realize, hey, how can we do that? Get rid of all these people who are doubling, tripling up on these subscriptions and make them get their own subscription.
Yeah.
Got rid of sharing passwords.
They make more than hundreds of billions of dollars a year.
And
or whatever it is, hundreds of millions.
The number one streaming platform there is like, hey, you know what? That's not good enough for us. We need to take away that. They take away the password sharing. And now you can't do that. You have to have your own individual account. Or if you do want to share your password to someone, you have to pay more.
Well, you know what else is garbage that like
crazy.
I'm going to be a hypocrite for a second because I hate it, but I pay for it, is on Netflix. I have a 4K TV, like a really nice TV. If you want to watch things in 4K, you have to have the premium level. If you don't pay for the highest tier, you only get 1080. So now we're paywalling. Do you want to have ads? Okay, then it's cheaper if you have ads. Do you not want to have ads? Okay, it's more expensive. Do you want to have the highest resolution possible? Okay, it's more expensive. So now we have 3 tiers. It's really stupid. And like I'm kind of on board with where you're going with this, and I agree.
Right. And you know where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah. The reason I've liked Crunchyroll for so long is because this has probably just changed maybe in the last 5 years. Used to be Crunchyroll was the one-stop shop. Yeah. All the anime you wanted to watch was coming to Crunchyroll. But now we have Hulu, Disney, Netflix, High Dive, Amazon Prime, Crunchyroll, all these other platforms that are starting to get the exclusive rights to anime. And like we were texting the other day, I want to watch Dusk from the what's the name of that anime?
Come on.
Dusk from Beyond the End of the World or something like that.
Yeah.
Bro, anime looks amazing. It's on freaking High Dive. I don't want another $10 a month subscription to watch one show. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. And it's like, at some point, we're just going to create a big, stupid cycle again. Or I understand why people pirate things. Like, I'll always have a Crunchyroll account because I feel like I can get the majority of the anime that I want to watch from Crunchyroll,
Mhm.
but you have these other shows that are coming out that you want to watch, and it's like, dude, I'm about to just start downloading 4K copies of them and playing them on my PlayStation 5, dude. Like, what the crap?
Anyone who's listening, don't do that. We're not
No, no, no,
advocating
no,
for any of
no.
that. Do not do that.
Don't do that.
This is a bit. This is a joke. This is all allegedly whatever. All
Definitely
cases of
don't. I'm
purpose.
being hyperbolic. Okay, it's just
Yes,
it's frustrating,
but
right?
so to give more clarification on all this stuff, when I was talking about Netflix, they were doing this to get rid of cable.
Yeah.
Right. Then everyone else started doing this. Like Will mentioned, you have Hulu, you have Amazon Prime, you have all these others, Disney Plus, all those doing this. What you see them doing now is they're all kind of forming their own.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting exclusive rights. So they're pulling stuff off. But you know what's also messed up? And I'm very weary about this happening to anime. They're taking off shows. They're
Mhm.
taking off shows that are old cartoons, old TV shows, stuff that people might not know, but they have on their watch list. They're taking them off. You know why?
So
So
they
they
can put
don't.
it on behind a paywall.
So they don't have to pay residuals. They don't have to pay.
Oh.
If it's gone, they delete it. If no one's able to watch it,
Yeah.
how are they going to pay for residuals?
Yeah. Great example is The Office. It was on Netflix for so long, and I watched The Office probably 10 times through. The Office is my favorite sitcom of all time. I
I
love
love you, Will.
I
love
love
you.
I mean, you know, can you see the Threat Level Midnight poster right behind my head?
Yeah, that's one reason why I was like, I love this guy.
Right there. I love The Office. From the age of 20 to 27, I probably watched The Office 10 because it was just constantly on.
I've seen it
Loved
over 20 times.
And
I've
then
seen it over 20 times, dude. I
freaking
love it.
Peacock comes and like
Mhm.
you have to have Peacock to watch The Office.
Well,
It's like,
hold on. Will,
come
in their defense, they gave us the super fan. So have you seen the super fan episodes?
on. I don't care. I don't want another streaming
Will.
platform.
Will, hold on. I love you, man. I love you. And I'm not going to retract what I said. But the super fans, you get some Office episodes that are like 40 minutes long.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Will, trust me. On average, like every episode, is about 22 minutes long. On the super fan, I think they're about, like the shortest one you'll see is probably about 28 minutes. Everything else is,
there's
one that's like an hour long.
We're gonna go
Oh, it's crazy.
PG-13 for a second, okay? So PG-13, okay?
Oh.
Kids,
My ears ready for this?
parents, if you're listening with kids, fast forward.
I need to trust an adult real quick.
Fast forward 60 seconds, okay? I saw a really funny reel, and it was like, you know how people make these videos? It's like, name whatever that you did this to or whatever. It's like putting out a question for people to like make responses to. So this lady makes a reel, and she goes, "What song have you been railed to the most?" And it flips to this chick, and she's just looking at her phone, and you hear in the background, and I just died laughing. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. I mean,
Hilarious.
that is probably the most Netflix and chill back in the day when it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
What? I mean,
All right, earmuffs are
you
off.
wonder how we got kids, people.
Welcome
Okay.
back, kids. Welcome back.
So,
We started talking about Office, but yeah.
no.
Office is great.
Okay, going back to stay on track with this. Okay, so Netflix, they don't have to pay residuals, right? They have all these other. Then what happened? They got so popular and they were so affordable. This actually had the lowest spike or the lowest amount of viewers on piracy. Piracy was at its all-time low because of these. But then they started raising prices.
Yeah.
Then they started taking the shows. Not wanting to pay residuals, doing all this stuff. Got greedy. Needed more demand. All this stuff. They wanted theirs. Piracy came back.
Yep.
It's bigger than it ever is.
Yeah, it really is.
But
there was a good while there that almost nobody
even
was
with COVID.
pirating because it was so cheap to just have access to anything you wanted.
It's cheaper now to have cable than it is to have all these streaming sites. It's
But the
crazy.
problem
And it is
is-
so frustrating.
Even if you have cable, you're going to have all these shows that you want to watch that are exclusive to these platforms.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's trying to figure out that. But what I'm worried about is that like we're getting to a point, and I'll say this and giving grace to Crunchyroll. Will's 100% right. Crunchyroll was, and so far still is, the one-stop shop for anime. Most anime. Well, you can on that.
If
I'll
you
tell
could
you though,
only ever have one streaming platform and you had Crunchyroll, you would have more anime than you could ever consume.
And what Will's saying about these past 5 years is, again, I agree, because I had Funimation. Funimation. I always said Funimation, but everyone made fun of me the way I said it. I love it. Probably my favorite out of All of them.
Yeah.
I loved the UI. I just
Grew up on
loved how it
Funimation.
was just so fun to use. I liked it. First off, love the intro sound. You knew it was gonna be a banger anime if it had that.
Bro, I got
But then,
DVDs right here from Funimation that like I'll
oh,
pop the
I miss
DVDs
them.
in and they still have that Funimation,
But I don't think
stinger
there's
on 'em.
anyone who was disappointed when Crunchyroll and Funimation got together. I don't think anyone was disappointed.
There were some people disappointed strictly because
Well,
with
when they heard they were
Funimation,
merging.
because what happened was when they merged, there was
Mhm.
people with the Funimation accounts. I don't know exactly, but it was some people had
It didn't
specific
transfer.
there were certain like digital downloads that people were
Mhm.
allowed to get where like they
Mhm.
owned the movie that didn't
Mhm.
transfer, and it's just like you're SOL, you don't own this movie anymore, which is
Mhm.
why I'm a big proponent of physical media of your favorites, right? So like, yeah. So like, I have Cowboy Bebop on DVD
Mhm.
because I really, really love Cowboy Bebop. I have Ninja Scroll on DVD
Mhm.
around here somewhere because I really love Ninja Scroll. Like my favorites, right? I've got
Mhm.
the Full Metal Alchemist manga right here. By the way, let me nerd out on this for a second. I've got the special edition of the Full Metal Alchemist manga that's hardcover,
Ooh.
right?
Oh yeah, I've seen those in your
So
videos
they
actually.
took
Yeah,
they
yeah,
took like
yeah.
32 volumes that they crammed
Mhm.
into 18. And here's the really cool thing is the pages are all
Like gloss.
they're glossed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the pages are like graphic novel quality, which is
So it's harder for things, the pages to stick together
or it's
because
hard,
of.
or like what do you ever rip? I'll rip manga pages when I'm turning them on accident. Like it's a
Can you ever?
good thick quality of page. So physical media, and so when all that started happening with Funimation is when I really started realizing, yeah,
Mhm.
the things that you really like that are your favorites, probably having a physical copy of them would
Right.
be good because who knows, man? Who freaking knows?
But Crunchyroll buying Funimation was the best thing to do. It was the right thing to do. But what happened after that when Sony got involved? I don't know when they did, but when Sony started sticking their hand in this, they started ruining what Crunchyroll and Funimation had built. A great place for anime. Now, I'm not going to go into depth of why I don't like Crunchyroll. I've done that I think multiple times where I've given you little hints and all that. If we ever need to, that I'm willing to. I got plenty to say about it.
I love
But
Crunchyroll, by the way. Crunchyroll, if you're watching, my YouTube channel is Dr. Applesauce. You can sponsor me over there.
but the thing is, my problem though is, and what I'm worried about, please, Crunchyroll, if you are listening, please stay the way you are, okay? They
Yeah.
let you share your account with multiple different people.
Mhm.
That is great. Stay that way. Stay the course you are, because right now you're going down a path I'm really worried about. It's gonna push anime fans out because right now we're in a really good place. You could take even Will's perspective from this, dude. We're in a really good place for anime fans, and I just don't want that to be ruined.
Yeah.
I really don't. I think
We're
they
in
got
a
a good thing going.
we're in a really good place that could become a really difficult place if it becomes so many things are paywalled behind these really high, like expensive,
Yeah.
subscriptions. If
Mhm.
the exclusives get strewn too much, well, I don't care if an anime is like you can watch it on Netflix or you can watch it on Crunchyroll or you can watch it on
Mhm.
Hulu, whatever. That's
Mhm.
cool. But when
Mhm.
it's exclusive to one thing is when it gets difficult. And what's going to happen is like anime fans, like we're not going to make or break these platforms, but if this happens too much and too many shows start getting paywalled behind, if you start getting so say every season there's 12 new anime coming out, right? Or they say there's 20, okay?
Mhm.
You have anime that comes on HBO, anime that comes on Netflix, anime that comes on Hulu, anime that comes on Prime, anime that comes on
Adult
High Dive,
Swim now. I
anime
mean,
that
what?
comes on what else is there? Disney Plus. Anime there's like there's 7 or 8 different platforms. If it gets to the point where the new season of anime comes and there's 24 anime and they're all broken up between 7 platforms and they each have 2 or
Mhm.
3, you're just going to see people just like go straight up into pirating again. It's not going to be
Well,
even
that or they're gonna miss out on a lot of great anime too.
yeah, or you're going to miss out on stuff, which like is frustrating. I'm dealing with that right now, frustrated with me because I want to watch that one anime and
Mhm.
like I don't want to go through all the crap to like
No, I understand. I understand. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I remember see my pirating. I never I never participated in the pirating that was like go to a website and watch it. My
Mhm.
pirating was torrenting and like
Mhm.
downloading it and then
That
having
is
it.
that is a no-no. That is a big no-no for anyone who's watching.
Yeah.
Downloading is not. So
Yeah.
what I think
I
is
mean
under
that's
the
old
law.
school. That's back in the day,
Yeah,
long time
that's
ago,
old school.
old school.
Now, with the law on it, and we're not advocating any of this
No.
right out front, but what the law is if you download it, if you get a copy of it, if you have a physical entity of it, that is legal. Watching, streaming something isn't legal because you don't have it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm not a lawyer,
Yeah.
but that's what I have been told before. So is it true? Who knows? But that right there, do not, people.
When I was 16,
do it the right way.
Like I didn't know
the right
what
way.
was going on.
No,
but then
dude, LimeWire, everything. Oh my gosh.
But then like Crunchyroll came about, and Hulu came about, and Netflix came about,
Pirate
and
Bay.
they were super cheap, right? And then I was like, oh, this is easy, and like it's just I can get access to what I want. So you bring up a really good point. It's sad. It's exciting because we're in a great place, but
the path's kind of laid out for Crunchyroll. You kind of see where they're gonna go. I'm really worried about that.
All of these companies continue to get greedier and greedier and greedier, like we're gonna see a collapse of the streaming platforms, and people are just gonna be like, screw it, I'm just gonna pay $100 a month to get cable. I'll catch what I can catch on the channels that are there, and then just like buy everything else on DVD or something. I don't know. But speaking of Crunchyroll's CEO actually did this isn't like a huge topic, but I find it interesting.
What's huge?
Yeah.
Well, it's huge. Yeah. What are you talking about? Well, come on, say it.
CEO did an interview with the Hollywood Reporter, and basically he said the success, and I let me preface, I wholeheartedly agree with this. And I think a lot of us that are like big anime fans are going to be like, duh, I've noticed that for a while. But you have to think about the majority of people that are out there that aren't like, oh my God, I'm watching anime every day. I'm staying, I'm paying attention to the new releases. Not everybody's like that. They're just like, oh yeah, I know what Dragon Ball Z is, or yeah, oh, this new anime Demon Slayer is in theaters and it's doing really well. That's the vast majority of people's understanding, right? So he did this interview and said that the wild worldwide success of the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie proves that the anime fandom is no longer niche and that it's actually mainstream. And by his words, he said gigantic. The quote is, what this movie did was show to the world that in a way, there is a lot of historical context to compare against. At Crunchyroll, we've had data and research showing how big and how broad anime has become, and we could show it in the context of other shows on our platform. But Infinity Castle's success is the perfect way to demonstrate this is to the broader entertainment world, because it's happening at the box office where there are hundreds of years worth of benchmarks. It's now undeniable how big anime has become. That's the CEO of Crunchyroll. Doing an interview with the Hollywood Reporter. So just the fact that the Hollywood Reporter is doing an interview with the CEO of Crunchyroll shows the magnitude of how people are noticing anime. But I absolutely agree, and I think he has a great point. That's like, hey, now there is a full feature-length motion picture anime, not animated, an actual anime movie that's out in box offices worldwide, blowing away like records of other shows. And it's a benchmark that has over 100 years worth of data and thousands of movies to put it up against. And it's undeniable. It's undeniable that if done right with the right IP, there can be anime movies that like become some of the highest grossing films of all time.
Oh yeah.
And Demon Slayer Infinity Castle might, I think
it proved it.
Yeah.
Very show that's going to work.
Yeah. I mean, like, and it's still going. It's crazy. And like, what a huge interview that he did.
So when I said like, this is going to be huge, there are so many things that could be good, but also a lot of bad things could happen from this too. Like I've been saying for a long time, there is so much that he just said right there, because he also mentioned too in that interview, he also said, many people have always said, oh, this is a Japanese medium.
Yeah.
So it must be heavily indexed toward an Asian audience.
Wrong.
We've known for a while that this isn't the case. It's very diverse audience. It's over indexes across all different ethnicities. I can't pronounce that word right now. Yes. Whether it's Hispanic, African American, or South Asian, it's huge. It's like, again, Will said, it's gigantic. The fact is that anime is meant for everybody. Yes, it is geared towards, and I'll say this later on in this podcast, it is geared towards a Japanese audience. And I honestly, if I'm being honest, in my opinion, I think that's rightfully so.
Yeah.
But it's still meant for everyone. Anyone can watch this and enjoy it.
Well, there's something special about that. If it wasn't geared towards a Japanese audience, if it was made to satiate the whims of the rest of the world, it probably wouldn't like be as attractive to so many people, right? special sauce about making it something about how it's made for a Japanese audience that
Yeah.
people just
Yeah.
enjoy.
This right here, well, first off, if you've watched anime or if you started to watch anime in the past year or so, pretty much if you watched an anime until Demon Slayer movie came out, Infinity Castle, anything past then, you're considered an OG at this point. Anything else after this, they're considered bandwagons. You can call them tourists, even. You can call them that because right now you have the CEO of the biggest anime streaming platform saying that anime isn't niche. It's mainstream. It's gigantic. You are considered an OG fan now. So you have everything in the past. You forget that. The Seven Dove Wars, that's been over for a long time, and all those who are still fighting it, I don't know what you're doing. But figuring out who's a real anime fan, you are one. You are one. Because right now, whatever happens after this, you're a real fan. Here's my problem, and this is what I want to get into. With this, though, you can kind of see that they have already stated this too, that certain animation companies, even mangas, are starting to gear their stuff and having a Western mindset or a global mindset.
Yeah.
That has me a little bit worried because, like I said, they've done so well as it is being a Japanese mindset, which I think they should always stay that. Now, if they change it, that's on them. Is it going to stop me watching anime? I don't think so. Is it going to stop me from enjoying this stuff? I don't think so. I think they should stay true to their roots, though, because it's worked so well. But here's the problem, and here's where the main thing I want to get to. And this, when I said I was disappointed at the beginning of the podcast, this is where I'm disappointed. I've mentioned for the past 3 weeks, and this has been growing for a long time. And I've gotten to the point where I can't sit back and not talk about it anymore. The whole Joey Bizinger issue is really, really frustrating me now.
Yeah. I'm going to interject.
Go ahead.
I want to interject because I want to interject this before you get into it because I don't really know what's going on. I don't know a whole lot that's going on. Like, I know the video that he made about the anime men because people were tagging him in it. And like my history is I've watched Trash Taste. I've enjoyed Trash Taste. I've enjoyed their specials. I love Sea Dog VA. Giga just came out with his first like animated original.
Dude, he had Alex Lee.
Yeah, Alex Lee was the main character. Like, oh my God, it was beautiful. Like, what a dream come true, right?
Yeah,
so I see the stuff that they're doing, right? But then I see oh man, there's times where I'm just going to say what I want to say. I see all these bottom tier, like bottom feeder content creators that are making just the cheapest, easiest content possible.
Low blow content.
It's like the easy. Oh, I'm gonna crash out for a second. The easiest,
get mad.
the easiest low tier content that you can make is content making fun of another content creator. Like that doesn't take anything special to do. And I'm not talking about if a content creator puts out a take that you disagree with and then you like maybe stitch that and like you rebut. I'm talking about just like trashing or slamming other creators for views. That's bottom feeder level content. You'll never grow anything through that. And I've been seeing a bunch of these pop up that it's like, I saw one that it was just some chick. Oh my God, I hate these type of videos. I apologize. I interrupt, but
you might be saying what I was going to say. Please.
Videos where it's this chick and she's just like recording herself like this, right? And so all you're seeing is
he's holding his phone in his hand right now.
Yeah, you're seeing her do this, and she's just going, and it's just text on the screen. It's like a 5-second video, and it says, "When you haven't been watching Aki Dearest, which is Joey's girlfriend, Trash Taste, or Sea Dog VA, or the Anime Man for years, but now you see what they've done." And I'm like, well, what the hell have they done?
Ooh,
what is that, like? What's going on with this? Like, tell people what, like, actually make some content, like actually record yourself talking about what they've done and what you disagree with. Like, it's
baiting. It's baiting. Yeah, no, there is a lot of this. And I'll say this. I'm gonna say this, trying to be as respectful to both parties, and where we want to be is a neutral standpoint. People are gonna be like, "Oh, you're fence sitting." All right, for those who don't know what fence sitting is, means you're not picking one on other side. We're not even fence sitting. We're picking. And I'm gonna say this for me, respectively, even for Will's wishes. This is my side. This is my side. This is what I believe is right and wrong. And I've told Will too, we don't want to be political and all this stuff. We don't. But if I see something that's wrong, I'm going to state something that's wrong. This is wrong right here. What's going on is wrong. All right. Now, I'll be the first to say, I've enjoyed Joey's content. And this other creator I'm going to point out too, I've enjoyed his content to an extent. Now, I've done research on both of these people. And what I found out too, for me personally, it makes me question. And until I get an actual definite answer and I do more research, I can't make a full definite answer on it. But for me, some of the stuff they are saying with Joey seems to be true. And if it is true, that is sad. But the part I have a problem with, what is wrong towards Joey, is the part that this all stemmed from when he was talking about the anime men. That video. We're not going to give them any time on this. I'm going to say about this though. He made an analogy, and then what I went back and watched it. He didn't even make the analogy. The part that people were taking this, and I'm going to say right now, Ellen Historian, you are rage baiting. You are pulling something. You are doing some cheap shots of low blows, and it really makes me disappointed because your content, I was enjoying it for a while. But the fact is, right now, this is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. You shouldn't be doing this to another creator. All right. All the other stuff is free game. A free game. He does do he does pretty decent content. He sticks mainly to Lord of the Mysteries content, and then I think other animes mainly talking about them. But what he did was he took a Twitter clip of Joey when he made the analogy of Christopher Columbus. And me and Will have talked about this off camera a couple of times too. The fact is that when you watch it, Joey didn't even make the analogy. He even says, "I remember hearing someone say this, that they reference these anime tourists to being like Christopher Columbus coming to America." He didn't even make the analogy. Right then, right there, Ellen Historian is wrong. He said that right there, Joey is advocating Christopher Columbus killing millions, which is completely false. Completely false. What Christopher Columbus did, wrong. What he's saying is how Christopher Columbus was stupid coming here thinking that he was in India.
He owned everything.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm going to change it. I'm going to do what I want." Yeah. That's what he's saying. That's what these anime tourists are doing.
Here's how ridiculous.
I can understand why they're upset. But this is wrong.
Yeah,
this is wrong.
I get it. But I have almost no context to what's actually going on or like what Joey said. But you just putting that analogy together, I'm actually intelligent enough to use my brain to say, oh, he probably was comparing Christopher Columbus coming to America and anime tourists as in like people coming to a place that they don't really know a lot about and then pretending like they know everything and they own the place. I assume that's the analogy that's being made.
That's what I got. And I'm pretty sure that's what he's assuming.
That's what makes sense to me.
But right now, what Ellen Historian is doing is reaching. I don't like that. No. And what he has done, and I didn't want to make videos on it because I didn't want to give any light to this. But the thing is, he's using this. He's living this up. He's eating up everything because every time something happens, he's making a video on it. He doubled down, went even deeper on it.
You get addicted to the views, bro.
And that's what he's doing. And don't get me wrong, Joey does the same thing. Us content creators, we understand. If something's working, push it. But the fact is, if something that's wrong and false, I'm going to say something about that. That's just wrong. Because he made a response video, Joey did. He's like, my guy, it's not that deep. And everyone got him on that, which I'll admit, sometimes I do agree. When people say it's not that deep, it is a very cop-out kind of thing. It's like, he is saying we're talking about Japanese cartoons here. We're not talking about the murder of millions of people. We're not talking about that. We're talking about cartoons and how people are coming and trying to change what's already been there.
And acting like they know everything.
This has made me so mad because people don't realize too. I'm right here. I hear what you're saying. Fan service. The one thing everyone wants to censor, fan service. When you think of fan service, what is everyone thinks of? Jiggle physics. Everyone thinks of ecchi. Everyone thinks of what do they do to females? Fan service is servicing the fans. Break the words down. Most of the times, if you look at the anime and which is popular is shown in anime, what are they gearing it towards? Teenage boys. So of course, it's going to have that.
Think about all the time.
I mean, that right there makes me so mad. When they fan service for girl animes, what do? They do the wall press. They get the very, glam shots of the guy.
Fan service girl anime that people don't think about this, but when you actually hear what I'm going to say, you're going to be like, oh my God, you're right. Blue Lock. Blue Lock is yaoi without the actual yaoi.
Really?
Think about it. Blue Lock is fan service for female anime fans. You have all these very pretty boys that are jacked, playing sports, but then they go and they take saunas and they take showers and like it's absolute.
I don't see it that way, but I can see how you see that. I agree with what you're saying. Now you're making this make me.
I didn't think that. I had a gay dude break it down to me, and I was like, "Oh my God, you're right."
Now, here's the thing. When it comes to fan service, everyone's like, "Oh, when you get rid of this, when you get rid of that." No, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. And everyone wants to come out. Even Ellen Historian, bring him up again because, I'm ticked off. He got mad about, he was talking about, all these people were advocating for jobless reincarnation, Mushoku Tensei, right? With Rudy, everyone hates Rudy. Everyone wants to dog on Rudy. If I'm being honest, anime first off and foremost is fiction. It is a story. Now, when we're gonna talk about anime's political, anime's this, anime's that, I agree. All this stuff will have in it. All right. The
Mhm.
way you perceive the anime doesn't have to be political. The way you perceive the anime doesn't have to be fan service. The way you perceive it is up to you. It is a story. It is fiction. It's how the author wanted to come to light.
Yeah.
That's them. If you want to be mad at anyone, be mad at them, I guess. But being mad at an anime, it's a story. It's fiction.
Yeah.
Trying to change something because it doesn't fit your views is wrong. Is wrong. You
Mhm.
can say all you want. For me, like I said, I don't like the way Crunchyroll does stuff.
Yeah.
Am I going to be advocating for them to change stuff? No. I just said I don't want them to change. I was like, keep
Yeah.
doing this. You're doing good.
Well,
You don't go into some place.
I made a
Go
video
ahead.
talking about the hypocrisy between people being mad at Don for having, you know, scenes where SA is
Mhm,
like,
mhm.
you know, teased at,
Yeah,
but like
I saw that video. Yeah.
watching Attack on Titan and not having any issue with people
Thank
being
you.
cannibalized.
Thank you.
And it's like
Thank you.
people commented like, well, you know, one of them's actually more realistic than the other. And I'm like,
Dude.
what's more realistic? Giants eating people or aliens trying to impregnate teenagers? Which one's more realistic? Right. I get what people are saying. I get it. But
But
my whole point was when you're watching a movie or
mm,
when you're experiencing art is supposed to challenge you in some certain way. And what these
mm,
mangakas at their base level are trying to do is they're trying to tell a story that challenges something or expresses something. There's tons of real movies out there that explore themes that are way darker and gross than this, that are cult classics that people love. And you don't have all these
mm.
weirdos that don't have anything better to do but wake up every morning thinking, oh my gosh, I have to find something to live for today. What can I hate? What can I advocate against? You don't have all these people out there like hating on these crazy niche movies, but
Right.
then Mashoko Tensei comes along or Dandadan comes along and people are like, you're a perv if you like that.
Mm.
No, like I just maybe am intelligent enough to look at it for what it is and not be like, Momo has her clothes off. Be like, oh, this is kind of messed up. Like, oh, cool, she beat the brakes off of him afterwards. Okay, this is developing a story. Or like
I mean,
Rudy is like crushing on 14, 15-year olds and he's like 45 years old mentally, but
mm.
he's in this body. Like that's a crazy weird dynamic that like I can't imagine what's that like
His
what is it?
mind's this age, but his body's a different age too. Like
Yeah,
that for me,
we'll
I
never
can get
understand
past
that.
it. Okay. And I'm not advocating whether it's right or wrong. All right. I'm not saying that. I'm
No,
not
not
saying
at
that. I said,
all.
this is my side. I'm gonna tell you right now, right? I don't like gory things. I don't like seeing blood. I don't like hearing the little squishy sounds. I don't like that. Guess what?
Oh, so that's why you don't
I
like
don't watch
Summer
it.
Hikaru died.
Did that to the hand. I don't watch it. Guess what? You don't like it. Don't watch it
Yeah.
then. Oh, this needs to change. This is the no. Just watch something else. There's plenty of other anime for you to watch. The problem is you come in here trying to change something that's already been working for multiple years when something that they're doing is servicing the fans. Something they're doing for the fans, and you're trying to change that. That's a problem. That's what makes you a tourist. That what makes you intelligent enough to
Yep.
realize, hey, you know what? I'm not doing something. If I'm a coach, right? My first year being a coach, and I'm going in taking over a team, right? Am I going to go and like, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that? No, no, no. What I'm going to do, I think the right thing to do, go in, see how they do things. You got to see how they work.
Mhm.
Then, if you're like, you know what, I feel like this would work. Maybe you should be actually a wide receiver instead of running back. Then you can change things up. Give it some time. Don't come in there right off the back saying this needs to happen. Because when I first started watching anime, I was like, why is this? Why is it? I questioned. I didn't want to change. I questioned. I'm at the point now that I could say, hey, I would like this. I would like that. I'm not saying this needs to be like this. This needs to be like that. No, I could wish, I could want, but me advocating and me physically trying to change something is
Mhm.
wrong. This
And
is
that
someone who
right
brought their art
there
form.
is you're hitting the nail on the head for the huge overarching concern with people saying anime should be made geared
Will,
towards other audiences instead of the Japanese
Will,
audience. You
I'm just
start
getting warmed up.
yeah,
Just getting warmed up.
you start to deviate and try and get these mangaka and these anime creators to make things that are geared towards these other audiences, you're going to change what it
Mhm.
is fundamentally. Like
No, yeah.
look at
Y-
this is all I'm going to say. Look
Go
at
ahead.
Disney.
Mhm.
Disney's
Mm,
changed thing. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to
mm,
talk about it, but
mm.
Disney's changed a lot
Yes, they have.
and they've got a lot of flack and a lot of
Mhm.
backlash. I remember when the original Little Mermaid came out and the priest popped a boner when they were getting married. That's the OG Disney, right? And now
Did
we
he?
have like all kinds of other stuff happening.
Oh
Oh,
wow, I didn't
it's
even remember that.
absolutely true. Yeah,
And I
it's
probably have. I
wild.
still have it on VHS, but
It's
dude,
wild.
the thing is, and I'm just let me calm down for a second before I get into the next part because this is what actually boils me. This actually makes me more mad than what I just said. Next part, because we'll understand when I get into this, but if you're watching anime, just perceive it the way you want to perceive it. And when we're talking about anime, it's not political. Anime can be political. There are certain animes that are political.
Yeah.
Not all anime is political. The fact is, some people can watch an anime and not perceive it as being political. That's what I'm trying to say right here. But also, going into something and thinking you can change it right off the bat, maybe understand it first, see it in a different light, and then if you want to advocate changing it, I'll hear you out. I'll hear you out. But the fact is, it's like, no, it needs to be like this. It needs to be like this. It needs to be like this. Look at what happened to comic books.
Mm-hmm.
Look what happened to video games.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to change it to fit your agenda, one specific person versus something that's been working for hundreds of years, or I don't know, maybe it's about over 100 years old, isn't it, anime?
Oh, dude, I think the earliest.
It was like 1920, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's about 100 years.
Yeah.
So the part I want to get to right now, kind of going off of that, and the part I'm ticked off, and something I never thought I would do, but Will will understand when I'm talking about this. I'm actually going to defend somebody that I feel does need to be defended because he said he's not going to make any more videos. As of right now, he's not going to make any more videos about this.
Oh,
and I don't like
the person. I hope you don't say the person I think you're gonna. I want to see who you're gonna say.
And I want to say this right now. I'm gonna say this right now. Okay, I don't like calling people out. I don't like doing that. I don't like doing this. But when I see something that's wrong, I'm gonna say something about it. And that's it. All right. Pony pins.
Oh, come on.
Hold on.
Andrew.
Will, I'm gonna defend him.
You're gonna defend him? Okay. Andrew and I are like, I know him personally.
And that's the thing, because when you went to, I think, Anime Expo or something like that, I was like, I wish someone that. I was like, oh, he knows him. But here's the funny thing, though. I didn't like him because when me and Will were about to start this podcast, he was going after Will, like continuously. He was riding his coattails.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
That's his character. That's his bit.
Yeah,
he was just riding. He was riding the wave. Like, so we're content creators. We understand it. And now that I'm like,
I'll interject.
That was me being mad. Go ahead.
I was crashing out a second ago and saying the lowest bottom tier content that you can make is just attacking another creator. That's not what he was doing. He was taking a point that I made and saying, here's the point he made. Here's why I think he's wrong. And not like attacking me personally, just saying like, I disagree. And here you go. And like, what's cool is like actually meeting him, and he was super cool. And he's like, dude, thanks for being cool. And I was like, bro, let's start fake beef. Let's start fake internet beef. Let's do that. That'll be funny. So yeah.
Dude, so for me, I didn't like that because
video you're gonna bring up.
So for me, I don't like when people attack like my friends or my like, you know, family or anything like that. I'll get defensive on it. So for me, I was like, I was following this guy at one point. Then he started making certain content I just didn't really care for. But now, dude, I'm bandwagon. I'm pony pins all the way. I'm right there. His name's Andrew.
Pinoy pins, right?
Is it Pinoy pins?
It's Pinoy. So do you want Pinoy? Pinoy is a slang for Filipino. So like Filipino people, they'll call themselves Pinoys. We're Pinoy family. We're Pinoy. Like, so Pinoy means
that
Filipino.
Actually leads into what I'm going to be talking about then. So recently he reacted just like he did with Will, because he took apart when Will's video was when Will was talking about soul leveling is going to beat free run, which it did. It was going to beat free run. Will only said though.
Let the record show.
Yes,
Andrew,
Will won.
If you see this, let the record show I was right.
He always was. And I knew it. I was like, me and Will were texting back and forth. I was like, just wait. They'll see. They'll see. Because I knew it was going to win. Will never said that soul leveling is better than free run. Will only said that it's going to win.
And I said many times that I enjoyed it more.
Yes. Yes. But it didn't say it was better. Now, here's the thing, though. Pinoy pins. I'm trying to pronounce it right. I'll just probably say Andrew for the sake of this. And if you don't like your name being out there, I'm sorry. Now, for Andrew, he is under attack because he reacted to a video and gave his 2 cents on a female who asked for people
to respond and feedback. Yeah.
For context,
I saw the original video yesterday, and then I saw his rebut to her.
You saw the response
today. Yeah.
Dude, I have never been so upset in my life.
What the heck?
For those who don't understand, there's this content creator. I think her name is Ope or Opie, the otaku, right? I'm gonna just flat out say it. I'm gonna say the name. I don't care. I'm gonna drop it. This is wrong right off the bat. What she did was she asked for people, the JJK fans, their response on the story building, world building, the domain expansion, curses, all that stuff from JJK. Now, I'll give you this. For me, she didn't understand it. And I kind of agree too. Like, for me, I don't fully understand it, but it's enough to where I can still enjoy the show.
Yeah. But dude, I did a huge deep dive into it to to make a video on it, so I understand it pretty well. But it's
What
confusing.
Andrew did was he's like, I don't understand how she did not get that from the first season. If she said she watched the full season, the first full season, and also JJK 0. So she watched those and she'd understand it.
Yeah.
I don't know how she'd understand it when they say it in the first episode within like the first 15 minutes, when they also say this later on when they have a fight of like, you know, the domains, all this stuff. So they go into depth for it. It's like, for me, in her defense, it's a little confusing to me, but I still enjoy it.
For sure.
Now, she asked for this. Now, the way she said was, because I'll admit too, when she did start the video, it did sound a little condescending, but that was, I think, honestly, Andrew's character coming this. But the one thing he's always done in all the videos I've seen, now, not all of his videos, I don't know. The videos I've seen of his, he says no hate to the creator.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. What he should do. He said no hate. He said, I think, honestly, 2 or 3 times in that video I was explaining to it. And I think he did a very well job, very informative. I liked it because she asked for this. But the fact is that she comes in with a response that is...
It was awful. What she said was awful.
It was reaction, not reflection. Yeah. You need to... Did you take a moment, hear what he said before you start pressing record? Or did you just immediately go into the record and then just not think before you speak? Because this right here is full-blown racism. And it's wrong. It is wrong. For those who are wondering right now, she comes off in the video saying how he came at her, he was mad.
Don't say exactly what she said.
No. I'll have
keep
it
to where we don't get canceled or
no. I'm gonna do it as nice as possible. And for those who are hearing this too, like, you know, remember, this is what I'm reading for her word for word, but also I'm gonna have to tweak it a little bit too. Keep it safe. She starts off saying anime dude bros are douchebags. Having his video up in the side. That right there, okay, we already know this video isn't going to start.
That's a bold statement when you say, hey, you know, make response videos to my take and let me know what you think. Like, who
anime dude bros are douchebags.
Without those douchebags, my friend, anime wouldn't be as popular as it is, and you wouldn't be making videos making your money off of TikTok.
Besides the point.
Sorry.
She continues to say, saying no hate doesn't make it that any better. Word for word, right? If I say, with all due respect, this is where it gets a little finicky, and I'm going to try to think about it. Your mother should have done things.
Basically, she said your mother should have swallowed you instead of, you know.
Oh, okay. Will's just going to say it. Well, she's pretty much saying Will, not Will.
She's basically saying he should have never been born.
Andrew should have never been born.
Basically saying Andrew should have never been born.
But the part that's wrong is saying before she got on, before she came to, before she came to America.
Yeah.
The nice way of saying it. It's so risky to say all this stuff, but then she says at the end, does that suddenly make my sentence respectful? This is what makes it worse, though. And I'm very excited to see what happens, because I guarantee you, if she deletes the video, I have it ready. I have my response ready. Because she says,
oh, I'm sure people have it saved already.
She says this right after. She says, no, it's still disrespectful.
Because it's disrespectful in nature.
And so she took ownership of that. She knows what she just said. And if I were to say something disrespectful like that, I would never walk it back, because I'm going to stand on any and everything I say. So if she tries to go back on this, then you can't take her word as anything.
Yeah.
But she right there, she knows that what she did is wrong, and she's standing by what she said.
Well,
what you did was wrong.
Yeah. What you have here is a classic example of, I almost channeled my inner Asmongold. We're not big enough to say the things Asmongold says. What she did here, or what she showed here, was a classic example of somebody who doesn't know how to actually argue, right? And when I say argue, I don't mean fight. I mean, like, argue your point. You and I, we have discussions and debates all the time, and we
disagree sometimes.
Yeah, we don't necessarily agree on things all the time. One of my best friends was watching our podcast, and he was like, dude, that you and that guy, you have opinions that like don't line up all the time. He's like, I don't agree with what he says most of the time. And I was like, I don't agree.
Yeah. Hush.
I was like, I don't agree most of the time either, but that's okay. And when I say what you've seen her do is the classic response to people who don't know how to argue their point. They don't know how to defend their point. They're maybe
it's just reaction.
Maybe they're too stupid to actually be able to defend their point. Maybe they're too reactional or too emotional to be able to defend their point. But when you have somebody that can't argue and defend their point, they immediately revert to insults. And I see this all the time, because I am a full-time content creator, and people respond to stuff all the time. And as soon as I like put out a challenging point and people respond to, you know, something insulting my character, I'm like, okay, conversation's over. I win because you just proved to me that you're
Mhm.
stupid and you can't actually have an adult conversation. And that's
Mhm.
exactly what she did.
As you just insult them. But for me, I don't think
They insulted
resulting
themselves
into
first.
to I know. I'm not trying to resort to like calling her names or anything like that. I'm just gonna say this is wrong. This is wrong. And you could take it as is. What I did was I went straight to the comment section, as every person who's been on social media does and should. First comment I see on there is racism, are we serious? So it's not only just me and Will seeing it. It's not only Andrew who's seen this. It's most of
God,
everyone who's seen this. I've
don't
seen a
you
lot of
know
responses.
that only
But
certain groups of people can be racist?
here's the thing. This is what got me upset. I'm just gonna go right past. I'm not even gonna knock that. There's a comment right there, and I was wondering, did she respond to any of these comments? Because most of it's just flooded with people saying this is racist. This is racist. It says, comment right here. It says, so we casually bringing in racism as ad counterpoints over an anime debate.
Yeah.
She puts down there racist. What did I say that was racist? So she understands what she said was disrespectful. She's standing behind what she says, but she doesn't understand what she just said.
Well, what's stupid is like, I've seen enough of Andrew's videos to know that like when he makes these rebuts, he's not attacking the person. He might attack or challenge their perspective and then offer his evidence as to why their perspective is incorrect.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Right. And
I
so,
agree.
but then
I agree.
for her to come out and just blatantly attack him
Mhm.
and disrespect him, it's
Mhm.
like you asked for the rebuttals. Like,
Mhm.
don't ask for the smoke if you don't want people to bring it and be like, hey, here's why I think you're wrong. Now, if Andrew
Well, don't
would have
post
said,
something if you're not
yeah,
strong enough to take the criticism
if
of
he
anything,
would have
just in
said
general.
she's wrong because she's a this and she's a that and she's a blah 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 blah,
Mhm.
then that would have been wrong. But he
He
said
presented
she's wrong
facts.
because of these
He has a
reasons.
timeline.
Yeah.
The fact that he has a timeline, facts, and that's what Andrew has done. And I'll give him grace on this video. Like I'll give him grace on what he's done, because what he does is he presents facts. He presents reasons why, ultimately he wants to win the argument if he's starting an argument, and he presents it enough facts where like technically, yeah, he's right, but also he gives you his point of view, the way he perceives something. Just like how when he came after Will of why he believes free run is better. Again, that right there, his word choicing was a little bit different, because I said Will never said that free run was bad. Will never said that Solo Leveling was better. He said that he enjoyed Solo Leveling more, and he said that also that he thinks it's going to win, which it did. Now, he presented this is why Freerun is better than Solo Leveling, which is right. I'm not arguing with him on that. He gave his viewpoint, and you asked for this, and you're going to resort back to him with insults. A nasty video as such as this. This right here, what did you just do? I mean, this person, I think she has 20,000 plus followers on TikTok. What are you doing right now?
Yeah.
She's saying like, oh, you're sending your 100,000 people after me. I'm not, don't quote me on that exactly, but she's like, she comments about his over 100,000 followers, attacking him on that.
You said
But
what you said, lady. Like,
you
and
asked
put
for
it on the
this.
internet. Yeah.
You asked for this. I think Andrew is doing the right thing. The right thing. He says, I'm just going to make one response to this, and that's it. And he's just leaving it as is. Which, like I said, he's a content creator. He's going to ride the wave. I understand. It's going crazy right now. What is fact? Like, what makes me want to see what happens next is like, what is she going to say? Is she going to double down? Is she going to do an apology video, or is she just going to act like nothing ever happened and just move on?
The smartest thing she could do is to just act like nothing happens. And not be that way anymore.
Just all I hope from this is just to grow, to learn from this. Please understand what you did was wrong, and then just grow from it, please.
The lesson that's to be learned here for anybody, like to wrap this all up and land the plane into like a good moral lesson, is like, when you're trying to prove a point, you don't need to attack somebody personally, right? Attack their ideas, attack the perspective that they have. And in this context of anime, like they're saying one thing about a show, like, hey, this is wrong, and here's why I think that's wrong. Okay, you're not saying here's what you're wrong, and you're this derogatory slur, and you're dumb, and this, and you attack your character. If you attack somebody's character instead of their perspectives or their ideas, then you just kind of prove that like they're right. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And so the thing to take from this is to just treat everybody kindly, and like You know, don't say terrible things about people, put it on the internet, and don't ask for people to challenge your opinions if you're not ready for your opinion to be challenged, right?
Right.
Like, come on. I know that anytime I upload a video to the internet, regardless of whether or not I ask for my opinion to be challenged,
Mhm.
the
You're gonna be
fact of
criticized.
the fact of me uploading that video to the internet is me giving people permission to challenge my perspectives and
Mhm.
opinions. So I'm
Mhm.
never offended when somebody reacts to one of my videos. The only thing that offends me is when somebody steals my video and uploads it. And I'm like, hey, you stole my video that I worked on. Like,
I
come
don't care if
on,
you take my content and
throw a
just give
brother a
credit.
tag.
Just give credit.
I know,
That's the thing.
throw
Just
a
give
brother a
credit.
tag. Come on.
The problem with this is that first off, I have a score to settle with Ty. Ty, if you're listening right now, me and you, we're gonna have a conversation because I there's a lot that Will said about you. I feel like we need to set the record straight. But
Hey, y'all
second,
like the same kind of anime.
we have a lot to talk about. But also, I'm wrong. Really, you've heard what he said? Yeah, I'm wrong. Okay, but at the same time, though, here is serious note. Okay, going after him was wrong. Please learn from this. The problem that we have right now with everyone when it's this anime tourism, when we have with the world in general, is that people they're hearing, they're talking, but nobody's listening.
Mm-hmm.
If you understand something, for me and Will, what we're doing right here, Will says a lot of things I do not agree with.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? I'm listening to what he's saying. I give him my reason. He's listening to what I'm saying. And guess what? Sometimes we just don't agree.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can do. I got Will to watch freaking the one I'm excited for, Dust Beyond. I got him excited for May I Ask This One Favor. I got him to listen to, like, I'm getting him to watch some of my recommendations.
I would have never like thought to watch May I Ask for
Exactly.
One Last Favor. And now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check this out. Like
Yeah.
my editor, and you know, people know the weeb god, Taylor, got me to watch Who Turned Me Into a Princess. It's an anime adaptation from a
Really?
donghua. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so I watched the first episode. I'm like, okay, this isn't exactly my cup of tea, but it's cool. It looks good. And there was a little twist at the end that made me say, oh, I want to watch the next episode. So like, if you have good arguments and you
But you're willing to
build
listen.
relationships and you're willing to
Yes.
listen, people will listen to you, and people will
Yes.
maybe do things that they wouldn't have normally done. Like this example, go watch an anime that I'd normally be like, I'm good. I'd rather just watch my, you know, my battle shonens where people are getting beat up.
It could be bad. It could be
watch
bad,
The
but it
Office for the
looks
15th
interesting.
time.
Oh, heck yeah. Nothing wrong with that. But it could be bad. I'm really excited to see what we have. I just, this is something that we're not usually used to. And hopefully, you know, this is something we don't have to bring up a lot. I'm going to tell you right now, like I said, if any content creator out there that is doing something, and then Will can also hold me to a standard. If I do something that's wrong, hold me to a standard. Because I feel like if you're doing something wrong, someone should say it. And I'm not saying, like, you know, give your, like, oh, he did this. He said this anime is better than this anime. No, that's different.
Yeah.
If I'm doing something that's just wrong, then you should be called out for it. And I feel like that's something that we have a right to do in this space, not because of our following, not because because we're human beings. We understand this. This is wrong. We've been in the same situation. Thing is, what we could take from this is that we've had a lot of people attack our videos.
Mhm.
All right. If I think it's Ope or Opie, if you're listening, we've had a lot of people attack our videos. And we know where it is, but thing is, it's just how you react in that situation, especially if you want to be a content creator.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. Stay true to yourself. Stay true. If this is you are, and you said you're going to stand on it, that's fine. But understand and kind of realize where you're going with directions kind of before you hit that post button. I'd say, you know, I don't think we need to change on who we are. I think we just need to be able to listen, look at different perspectives, and just understand people.
Yeah.
But
I agree. Yeah.
very, very
Respond with kindness,
crash
right?
out.
And it's anime. Like
Yeah.
we don't need to attack each other over anime. Just enjoy.
It's cartoons.
Enjoy.
It's
the
not that
anime.
deep. It's
Yeah.
not that. I'm just kidding. I'm
Unless
sorry.
you're
I'm not going
planning
to
on
do
making
Joey.
anime live action adaptations, then I don't know.
Then
Maybe you should have your
it's
head
deep.
checked. But
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe.
Yes.
Follow all that. Dude, we're at like 350 subscribers on YouTube. Like we've gotten like 45 subscribers in 1 week, which is solid. We'll take it.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. No, I've been enjoying this,
We're
man.
gonna be diving into fall 2025 anime, actually watching it. We'll come back with some more of that. And
So by the time we
let us
come
know
back,
in
I
the
think we
comments
have the
below.
first week under our belt, I think.
Yeah.
So
Let us know if you're still watching at the end. Let us know in the comments below what your favorite or most anticipated fall anime of 2025 is. But I've got 30 seconds left on battery. So for that, I'm going to say peace out.
Yes.
We'll see you guys next time.
No hate to anybody. Don't send any hate towards anybody. Just be gentle.
And
Love you
don't
guys.
pirate. Don't do it. Don't do it.